What's up, guys? It's Greg, and I'm back once again with another Legendary DXP Campaign strategy video. Today we are looking at level 4-2. Once again, we are taking on Terror Sky, the terror from the skies. Master Strike for him is each player reveals a strength hero or gains a wound. Now this scheme, which I am silly enough not to have written down the name of, but it is the Growing Darkness. This scheme, there are 7 twists, each representing the Growing Darkness. With each twist, the leftmost spot, which was not previously cloaked in darkness, becomes cloaked in darkness. And the first one goes to the Mastermind, not directly to the spaces in Alamith. A Mastermind or villain cloaked in darkness due to their location is at +1 to defeat, and evil wins when the world is engulfed in darkness, i.e. 7 twists. The heroes that we are playing this game with are Steelvara, Kamina, and Ryuhi. And in the past, I struggled with this level. And because, once again, I got caught up in my ways. I got caught up in what I knew. I knew that Kamina was OP because of her card draw. So I tried over and over to make her base strategy, which is grab as many intelligence heroes as possible to fuel her, to fuel that card draw, and then, hit them with Wisdom of Ages. Oh, how unwise I was. I knew that Steelvara was OP because her base strategy of using Consequence and Selfless Act to rescue villagers before hitting them with Growing Tide. This left me with no confidence in this strategy. And lastly, I knew that Ryuhi was awful unless paired with Mariko. I don't have a clever wordplay for this one. I still largely believe that this is true, and in spite of everything that I've learned. You see, Ryuhi is largely unplayable unless he's paired with Mariko. But this level is a pretty strong case, or I should say example or exception. It's a strong exception to that. In this level, he's good. He's very, very good. You just need to step out from what you know in order to see it. The strategy for this level is 2. What do I mean by that? It means buy every card in the guild hall that costs 2. Another name you might know this strategy by is Swarm. Each of Ryuhi's hero cards allows you to reveal the top card, or 3 cards in the case of Liar's Call, and draw it if it costs 2 recruit or fewer. With the exception of Liar's Call, you also gain a small benefit along the way in the form of an attack, a recruit, or a rescued villager. You know what else costs 2 recruit? Kamina's Knowledge is Power, and Steelvara's Selfless Act. Fortunately, Ryuhi has an intelligence hero in the form of Clever and Cunning, and a magic hero in the form of Enchanted Arrow's Sting. So you will be able to trigger the synergies for Knowledge's Power and Selfless Act fairly regularly. Fairly reliably, I should say. Time things correctly, and you can get around some of the normal pitfalls. There's, Winged Death, 6 attack, or 7 if Shrouded in Darkness. And that allows you to pick a player and they can KO any number of wounds from their hand and discard pile. This makes sure that every card that you draw is useful. So again, you want to time that correctly. Breath of Lightning, which is 8 attack or 9 if Shrouded, allows you to KO all of the fixer heroes. Oh, I'm sorry, I have that written down wrong. It's 7 attack and then 8 if Shrouded. It allows you to KO all of your fixer heroes that you have when you fight it. And it's not a big deal because the card draw here is real, but things that make things... It can make things more efficient. And that's pretty awesome. And once you've done that, once you've gotten things a little bit more efficient, that's when things really get interesting. At this point, you're going to be drawing pretty much your entire deck on each and every turn. And this is going to allow you to generate some really good amounts of all 3 recruit, attack, and rescued villagers, but also card draw. And that means that Growing Tide and Elixir of Wisdom are going to be very potent. So you shouldn't shy away from them. And you don't need to worry about the standard blockers, like, for example, Growing Tide and Elixir of Wisdom here either, because when you're playing cards from your hand, play those Ryuhi heroes first. They have the restrictions of drawing cards if their recruit cost is 2 or fewer. But Selfless Act, Knowledge is Power, and Elixir of Wisdom don't have that same restriction. So you can draw anything. The added bonus is that if you do play the Ryuhi heroes first, you're more likely to trigger the synergies for the other heroes. This level can be really tricky, and you can find yourself with a muddled, inefficient deck staring down that final scheme twist. But luckily, I've just handed you the cheat codes. Let's see how it plays. Oh, beautiful. Look at all these 2-cost heroes. That's beautiful. Smell of Ozone, not an awesome card for us to be fighting here, but we don't have to worry about it too much. We're not going to be able to avoid the wound, and that's just the way it is. So we'll just take the wound, and then we'll wait until we have a good chance to play. Gosh, I just forgot the card. It's Winged Death. Winged Death is the villain that will allow us to KO from our hand and discard pile. And once again, there is Terra Sky, Terror of the Skies. Rawr. Okay, what cards do we have in the guild hall? Well, we have Selfless Act. It is Orin's Wall. It is magic. Draw a card, and then the magic synergy is going to be Rescue a Villager. Small but mighty, Ryuhi. Intrepid, strength hero, one recruit when you play it. Reveal the top card of your deck that costs 2 or less. I'm just gonna constantly refer to reveal the top card of your deck. If that card costs 2 recruit or less, draw it. That's gonna be the Ryuhi card draw. I'm just establishing that now. 2 to recruit that. Small but mighty, another one of them. Healing Potion, Kamina Curious, Magi Nation, Intelligence, 2 attack when you play it. Costs 3 recruit to recruit her, and you may KO a wound from your hand or discard pile, and if you do, draw a card. This is tempting, but we're not gonna worry with that. We're not gonna bother grabbing that. And then here we have Clever and Cunning, Intrepid, Intelligence, Attack, the standard Ryuhi card draw, and it is 2 to recruit. So I'm going to start off with Small but Mighty because that's going to get me additional recruit, so I'll be able to start getting those more costly cards as they come out. And it's also, you also want to grab Selfless Act early on if you can, because you want to grab those villagers, which is going to, once it comes out, allow you to play Growing Tide with just absolutely devastating effects. Yeah. And there's our first scheme twist. So we see the Growing Darkness has engulfed our mastermind, so he will be 11 to defeat. Go ahead and get rid of a healing potion. Maintain all of these 2s. And this is really why Ryuhi is able to stand proudly in this level, is there are so many 2 recruit heroes out there. Play this again. I'll go ahead and grab both of these Selfless Acts. Oops. Sorry, I jumped the gun there. Go ahead and do this. And do this. Another Clever and Cunning comes out. Here's Consequence, Steelvara the Light, Orin's Wall, Skill Hero, 2 attack, synergy with Skill Hero. You may KO a card from your hand or discard pile if you do rescue a villager. That's nice. It's nice to work in, shall we say, a little bit later in the game because you do get the 2 attack, and then you can start KOing some of the starter heroes that you might not want. So, all right, moving right along. And there we go, Guarding the Horde. Great. Love to see 3-card draw. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the villager from this particular go. Wow. So I've got 4. I might as well go ahead and grab Smell of Ozone. It's I'm shooting myself in the foot a little bit by having that wound, but it's not going to hurt me too much. I probably could have probably could have stood to hold off on that, but that's okay. Philo Assassins, great as always. Good way to get rid of one of these less desirable heroes. So, okay, so everything in my deck is 2 or less, so I'm going to be able to just grab lots and lots and lots of stuff. And you see how easy it is to get up to the high levels of recruit that you'll need for the rare cards. Clever and Cunning. Knowledge is Power. Imagination, Intelligence, and then the Intelligence Synergy allows you to draw another card. You get an attack along the way. Go ahead and grab that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab another Small but Mighty. And there's Growing Tide. Beauteous. I don't have any villagers yet, but now that Enchanted Arrow's Sting is there, I'm going to start racking those up like crazy. Alright. And there's Breath of Lightning, which is fight it, KO all of your fixer heroes. Really, really great. I'll make sure that I do that once I have a lot of fixer heroes in my hand, and once I still have enough recruit and attack to support me. Yeah, really, really great card to be seeing. And just a lot of extra card draw. So we're starting to get some good amounts of recruit and of attack. I'll go ahead and KO an Envoy. I'll grab Enchanted Arrow's Sting. Elixir of Wisdom, great card, but it's too early for me to grab that. I don't have enough anyways. I will be avoiding these guys for now, and similarly I'll be avoiding the Mare, because I want to keep things down on that 2 recruit level as best I can. Wow. Go ahead and start with this. That gave me my best chance of pulling either an intellect hero or a magic hero. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. So, yeah, nothing to do about that. Go ahead and grab another Philo Assassins. So that's actually another way to approach things. I can use the Philo Assassins to KO. Like if I were to grab one of the heroes from here that costs more than 3. Ooh, I have enough to grab a Growing Tide. I'll grab that. It's probably going to be dead weight to me for the first few hands because, again, I don't have any villagers, but it'll happen. It'll happen. Another wound, unfortunately, but, you know, I do have Winged Death out that'll allow me to get rid of some of those. Alright, come on. Give me a magic hero. Nope. There it is. But there we go. We're starting down the path of rescuing villagers, which will be very, very good in the not too terribly distant future. And at least now I will have 1 when I play the Growing Tide. And there's another Enchanted Arrow Sting. Very beautiful, very nice. Another Scheme Twist, very unfortunate. Go ahead and get rid of Healing Potion. And there's Liar's Call. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Put any that cost 2 or less into your hand. Put the rest back in any order. Intrepid, Skill, 2 to recruit. So it's really cool to see. It's really cool to see that his rare is also 2. So that's that. Go ahead and play my cards in the correct order. Gets me this card draw. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to rescue another villager. That's a real bummer, but at least I'm still going to get the 1 for Growing Tide. Nothing that I can defeat right now, which is unfortunate, but I'll go ahead and grab a few more of these 2-cost cards. I think that this is better than Liar's Call right now. Alrighty then. Another Scheme Twist. Very unfortunate. But not much that can be done about that now. Hidden Recipe is another good one that you can grab later on. You don't want to grab it quite yet because it does have that potential to break up the combos. But, you know, sometimes you just got to do it. Sometimes you just got to do it. Alright, play that. Get another Steelvara. Now I will grab a Villager, which means that Growing Tide is just going to get that much stronger because I already played this, already played that. There's an extra 2 attack when I play it. Look at how many cards I'm drawing. There's another Rescue a Villager. There's another Recruit. I mean, I think you guys are starting to see how powerful this can be. And heck, there's 3 more cards. Another Villager. Another card draw. So, it's probably too soon for me to do it, but I think that I can't risk it. I gotta grab Elixir of Wisdom, draw 3 cards, and you get 1 attack for each extra card you've drawn. So that's going to be very potent. It's not going to reach quite the levels that Growing Tide can, but it's darn good. So I have the 8. I'm taking the shot. Another Scheme Twist. Unfortunate again. Get rid of the consequence. I'll just power. Yeah, I keep getting these wounds in here, and that's unfortunate, but it's all part of it. It's all part of it. And here we have another Selfless Act. Go ahead and do that. Not play Growing Tide yet. I want to get all of my card draw out of the way. Because, look, there's another Villager. That's another attack for Growing Tide. So now I'll play it. Got up to 9 just from that. That's awesome. This will streamline things a bit for me. Do I have... I'm just trying to decide, do I do Breath of Lightning or Winged Death? I have nothing in my discard pile, so I wouldn't be getting extra... I wouldn't be getting rid of extra wounds, so I'll go ahead and do Breath of Lightning. I'll do Breath of Lightning. I still have the benefits that they gave me along the way, so I'm not going to be put out by that. I'll grab Liar's Call. And I mean, this is 6 of one, half dozen of the other, but this one I think I'm gonna go with the Knowledge is Power route, and the reason being is that this is unrestricted card draw, and it's, you know, largely the same, all things considered. Another wound, unfortunate. Wow, I really hope that I get an Intelligence Hero. Otherwise, I'm just going to take the extra 3 cards. Phooey. Alright, so I'm not going to get this energy for Elixir of Wisdom this turn, and it's unfortunate, but that happens. I still very much like what I was able to get out of it. The top card. The top card. Again, I kind of mess things up a little bit. I always want to play the Ryuhis first. Got another wound, unfortunately. Keeping on. Now draw a card. Wow, look at all that card draw. Ooh, that would have been good. Oh well. Won't be long now, guys. We will be able to defeat Terra Sky. Do I have any... Nothing in my victory pile. And that's one of the things that you run... Or, not victory, my discard pile. That's one of the things that you run into, because you're pretty much drawing your entire deck when you play this strategy. So, this is really not going to be... It's not likely to get many wounds out of your deck. So I guess I'll just do 1. And... You know, that'll be okay for now. Go ahead and grab. I got 6 recruits, so there's 2. Growing Tide. And People's Crusader, not a great one in this game. 4 attack is nice. How often is a villain or mastermind in this particular scenario going to have a villager? Not very often. But now we're starting to get into kind of crunch mode. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 of this, 1/3 of the remaining deck is going to be Scheme Twists. Gosh, I still have this up, and I'm not really talking about that. I need to really focus on getting attack and attacking the mastermind, so we'll see. I think there's a Scheme Twist. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and get rid of Healing Potion. Man, 2 wounds. If I had only waited 1 turn. It's a shame. Alright, go ahead and do Liar's. I'll do Small but Mighty first. Do this first. And now I'll do Liar's Call. Revealed all 2-cost cards, which is nice. Go ahead and play that. Another 2. Another 2. Go ahead and get regular card draw. Rescue a villager. Ooh, now I'll finally be able to get that to work. Maximize things as best I can. Ha! 2 Growing Tides. So I'm gonna whack Terra Sky multiple times this turn because watch this. 2 now. Draw 3 cards plus 1 for each card you drew. 17. This deck it's absolutely ridiculous sometimes. Absolutely ridiculous. I'll go ahead and get rid of these heroes, these envoys and guards, just to make things a little bit easier to see. There we go. Moving right along. There's a guard. And now 23 to 39. 39 to 55. I can end it now. That's how disgusting this deck can be. And I think that I can push it further and I can maximize my victory points, but I think that you guys get the idea. So I'll go ahead and I will... 2 villagers from a victory pile. Rotten, but I'll just go ahead. 4 cards from a discard pile. I don't have a discard pile. Defeat a villain and Alameth. There's no one in there because I already have defeated them. And game. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This is one I'm fairly confident that I have the strategy right. But if I'm wrong, please make sure that you let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, have a great day, and I will catch you guys in a few days.